Hi friends, today we discuss about Id Stock Removal Cycle in CNC lathe machine. So to produce the stock removal for below profile, so some profile is there and this is the component after machining. So this profile contain some linear motions and one radius and one chamfer. So this is the linear motion and this is the z axis and this is the x axis. Z axis and x axis in lathe machine. So this is the reference point. So this is the linear motion in profile, and after linear motion some radius is there. Next one is chamfer and some linear motions. So for this ID stock removal cycle, the ID tool should travel through the workpiece. So drilling must before starting the ID stock removal cycle. So there are two types of drilling, and this is the drilling tool and this is the drilling operation picture. So first one is center drilling and second one is deep hole drilling. Drilling is done to guide the tool and deep hole drilling is done to drill the hole. So this is the ID back turn tool and this is a drilling tool and this is the twist drill tool. So to produce stock removal cycle, so this is the profile and this is the reference point. So this is the Siemens controller Cinemark 828D software. This is the mission. So you can delete the previous mission and you can also create the new mission to click the new button. So click new and click next. So many missions are available in software. So we want ID stock removal for 8 to 80 basic lathe with driven tool. So click next and this is the description of mission. To click finish to generate the mission. So you can start the mission on start button. So click start and mission being starting. So this is the mission and this is the human interface, and before going to do operation we must check the reference points and this is the reference symbols, and so this is the reference symbols. So next one is spindle speeds and tool feeds, tool feed, and this is the human interface. You can observe the change in ranges of speeds and feeds on human interface and click start on green buttons. So next one is programs. Are three types of programs to generate any profiles. First one is part program, next one is sub program, and next one is workpiece. So for this profile we required only sub program. In any ID stock removal or OD stock removal we must do sub program for any profile. So we select the sub program and click on new and give the name anyone. I give name as Andhra and click OK. This is the sub program file as Andhra and this is the profile. The starting point of profile is G01, X70 and Z0. First reference point is that. So we mention G01, X70, Z0. So next one is linear motion. So G01, next one is linear motion. So G01 and G01 and X70, Z minus 15. Next one is some radius is there with R5. So we mention G03 and the radius in anti-clockwise direction. So we mention G03 and X60 and Z minus 20. And next one is CR is equal to 5. CR is the circle radius this is the it is the one of the procedure to radius. And next one is chamfer. So next one is chamfer. For chamfer is also considered as a linear motion, so we mention G01. So next one is x50 and next one is z minus 40, and next one is also a linear motion, and next one is also a linear motion, so we mention G01 and x50 and z minus 55. Next one is also a linear motion in z direction, sorry, x direction. So G01, x40 and z minus 55. So next one is also a linear motion. For linear motion, G01 is considered. So G01, x40, z minus 70. So next one is M17. M17 is the ending of subprogramming file. So subprogramming file is created as Andhra. So profile is generated for this operation, and next one is drilling operation. For Id stock removal cycle, drilling is must and should process. So next one is drilling operation. Before drilling are two types. First one is center drilling. For this drilling operations, for this whole machining process, so we create main program file. On main program file we named as Tamil and click OK. This is the main program file for the whole operation, and initially main program file is created from header, and next one is safety codes G18 is the XZ plane, and next one is G54, and next one is G64, and next one is G71, G90 and G94. It is all our safety codes. Yeah, these are all safety codes to run the mission properly. We can also name it like safety codes. You can also name any name, and this is a profile. So next one is G75 X0 Z0. G75 X0 Z0 is the homing position of the tool. That means tool is coming from homing position. So offset is the offset use is to create the new tools or generating the new tools. So what we want drilling tool for drilling operation, so click on drilling tool, new tool. And before starting the Id stock removal, drilling is must and should process. So first one is center drilling and next one is deep hole drilling. For center drilling, the drill bits are taken, so we select twist drill tool. So many types of tools are there, but we want drill tool. This is the drill tool, and so we select twist drill and we select twist drill, and so many edges are there, but we want this one, so select this one and click OK, and drill tool is created, and x length is -100 and z length is -100, and radius is, so last diameter is 40, so we taken 20 as diameter of the tool. In stock removal cycle, Id stock removal cycle, drilling is major rule, so we keep 20 as diameter of the tool, and tip angle is 45 degrees. So the tool is created successfully, and go to program and select tool and select the tool and click OK. The tool is so next one is D1 and M06. Next one is M06 is the tool change at in homing position. So next one is G96. G96 is constant cutting spindle speed on, and S1500 is the spindle revolution per minute. This is the spindle speeds. So M03 or M04 are spindle direction of the spindle. So M03 in clockwise direction. So M04 is the anti-clockwise direction. So next one is safety points. Safety points is the without touching the workpiece. The tool is do not touching the workpiece, that is called safety points. For safety points we mention G00 and X0, Z0, sorry Z2. X0, Z2 means the tool is do not touching the workpiece. Here we see, and this is the reference point, and X axis and Z axis. So tool is do not touching the workpiece, so you mention G2. And next one is approach point. Approach point means the tool is touching the workpiece. So before we before we use alphabets, we should put semicolon. So it is must and should. And next one is approach point. So approach point is slow motion, so you mention G01. So G01, X0, Z0. This is the approach points for only drilling, that means also a center drilling. And F0.2 is the feed of the tool. And next one is the center drilling operation. For center drilling operation we click, so many operations are there: drilling, turning, counter milling. So we want drilling, so click on the drilling. And next one we want center drilling, so click on center drilling. And next one is the centering, so we select the planes G18, G17, G19, so many are there, but we want G17, so click on G17. And retract path as 5, and safety point is 2, and select single position because we want only single hole. So Z1 is 0, and next one is diameter or tip, but we want in this case tip is necessary, so we click on the tip. And Z1 is the distance. Z1 is the distance of the hole, centered hole. So we keep 5 and click accept. And next one is deep hole drilling operation. For deep hole drilling operation you can see on drilling operations, and this is the deep hole drilling operation. And centering is over, so next one is deep hole drilling, so click on the deep hole drilling. So this is the deep hole drilling operation. So next one is we want G17 plane, so select the G17 plane. And retract part is also a 5, and next one is safety point is also 2, and we want again single position. And next one is chip breaking or stock removal. So we keep chip breaking or chip removal, whatever we want. So next one is G0. G0 is the reference point of the hole, and next one is shank or tip, whatever you want. And next one is Z1. Z1 is the total depth of the hole, and next one D is the half of the distance of the hole, and we keep 35. Next one is feed rates percentage in percentage, so we keep 90, again 90. And next one is V1 and V2 are the distances of the holes, which is the time, dwell time. And next one is it is the minimum in-feed depth, so is keeping as 1, and again V2 is as 1. And next one is dwell times is 2 seconds, we keep, and click accept. So this is the deep hole drilling operation. We can also name it. And next one is stock removal cycle. So after drilling, we G75X0 Z0 is necessary, because homing tool is going to the homing position after drilling operation. So centering is over and deep hole is over. So next one is stock removal. After is Id stock removal. So next one is Id stock removal operation. For Id stock removal operation, select counter turning and click on counter turning. And for the Id stock removal cycle, we want a roughing tool, and click on new tool and select roughing tool. For this operation, 4th edge position is required, so we select 4th edge position and click OK. So turning tool is created, and X length is -100 and Z length is -100, and the radius is 0.8 nearly. So go to program and select tool. Again for the stock removal cycle, we want roughing tool, so select tool and select the roughing tool and click OK. The tool was created. And next D1 is the location of the tool, and M06 is the tool change at homing position. So next one is this profile is over. So next one is stock removal is required. For the stock removal, before we created a subprogram file, Andhra, and see it, any errors are there, and check it, and there is no errors. So go to main program file and select counter turning, and next click on counter and counter call. And we created subprogram in subprogram as Andhra, so click on subprogram, and the subprogram name is Andhra. So we mention in stock removal cycle counter call and put subprogram, and this subprogram name is Andhra, so we mention Andhra and click accept. And next one is the subprogram is called, so next one select the counter turning and click back and select the stock removal on that. Next one is stock removal, so click the stock removal, and here next one is program, and program name is Andhra, and residual material is no, and safety position is 2, and feed rate, F means feed rate is 0.2, and this is the machining symbols. So this is the symbol of roughing, so we put roughing. We want longitudinal, so we remove the material in inside, so we keep inside, and retract path is 2, and D means depth in feed, minimum depth in feed, so 1, and ux is the finishing allowance in x axis. So next one is finishing allowance in z axis, and d1 is the dwell time, it's not required. So xd is 10 and zd is 0. Next one is relief cuts, it's not required, and click next one is xd is the any material or excess material is in the profile, so we mention that depth of the material, so we mention 10. And next one is, and we named as this is an Id stock removal cycle. Before alphabets, the semicolon is compulsory, and next one is footer. The layout of the main program is, first one is header, and next one is cycles, and next one is lastly is profile, footer. In footer, M05 is the spindle stop, and M09 is the coolant off, and G97 is the constant spindle speed off. So M30 is the ending of the main program. Before going to do Id stock removal operation, we create a material or blank. So the dimensions of the material is, the diameter of the cylinder is 80 and length of the cylinder is 70. So we must and should create a material on the position at the top of the safety codes. So click various to create the blank and click on the blank, and here there are so many types of materials. For the Id stock removal cycle, we want cylinder, so mention cylinder, and next one is the diameter, and XA is the diameter of the cylinder. The diameter of the cylinder is 80, and ZA is the reference point in Z direction, so 0, and Z1 is the considered, Z1 is the distance considered with clamping, so it is -100, and ZB is the distance without consider clamping, so it is 70. So ZB is -70 and Z1 is considered with clamping, and 30 for clamping, so we mention -100, and ZB is -70. So click accept, and the programming is over. Check and click on the simulation. You can see simulation process in half sectional view. So many views are there to see the simulation, 3D view or half sectional view. You can clearly observe that the simulation is processing. So this is the process of simulation, the Id stock removal cycle. In 3D view also you can observe that, in side view also, and you can clearly observe on only half sectional view. So this is the process of the Id stock removal cycle in CNC lathe. So this is the process. Thank you for watching.